What's up, guys? Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the whole 2020 Supra and the whole auction deal that went down yesterday. We're talking about a car that suspected MSRP would be $56,000, and it sold just at 2.1 million. I mean, that's 38 times what the suggested retail would be. I mean, you could have 36 or 37 Supras for that and have some change on the side. So I want to get into a little about why I think that car sold for that much, and if I think it would ever be worth that in the future, which I don't think it will be. I don't think I don't think whoever bought it is going to ever see a positive return on that investment. But we'll get into that. First off, I mean, it's not a specialty car. It's not something that's not being produced readily. It's the exact same car that they're going to sell at dealerships for 55 grand. Suspected. And to me, it's just ludicrous that it would have sold for that much. I understand some people think it'll be worth it, maybe some people don't, but into the end of the day, it was for a charity auction, and I solely believe that whoever purchased it is going to use it as a tax write-off. I mean, if they have a big company making millions of dollars a year and they pay millions of dollars in taxes a year, they can write that off as $2.1 million going to charity and essentially get a really cheap car, and it being number one of however many they make makes it a little bit stand out, and it's a one-off color. But I feel like it's going to hurt the MSRP of the upcoming Supras. I believe dealerships and things are probably going to charge a $10,000-$15,000 markup just on that alone. People are thinking this car is going to be collector item or sought after by many, and as then I stated in one of my older videos, a lot of the true diehard Supra people just aren't into it. They're just not. It's not something that they're looking forward to, and if they are looking forward to it, they're wanting to swap an old engine in it. They're wanting to take it and make it their interpretation of a new Supra, not take it as it comes and enjoying it that way. But today I just want to talk a little bit about the auction and that little fiasco, in my opinion. It's a one-off car. It's a gray, black interior, one of however many they're making. I know it's 1,500 launch edition Supras that they're making, so it's just one of 1,500 at this point. And I mean, I went to my local Toyota dealer and I asked them to give me an allocation for a launch edition Supra so I could have one, and I've talked to them about price, and they're pretty set on the $40,000 or $55,000 with one available option, making it almost 56.5-ish, which makes it a little insane that someone would pay 2.1 million. But once again, it's for charity. You know, there's some other cars that went through in the auction. I don't know if you watched it or were even looking at it. There are some other cars that sold for some high amounts because they were going to charity, like the Corvette that went through, the Jeff Gordon deal that he did. But yeah, I'd like to see what some of your guys' opinion is on that, and kind of give me a little bit of feedback on what you guys think. I mean, this guy, whoever purchased it, is, I mean, I don't believe in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I don't think it'll ever come nowhere near to $1 million in resale. I don't think, I mean, I'd love to watch this video in 10 years and see that I'm wrong, but I don't think even the MK4 Supra, even an RSP 6-speed 98 twin turbo car, I don't believe that car would ever reach even $1 million. We're talking about the GT2000 being like 1.2 million, and that was a handmade car. I mean, but yeah, so I don't know. this is pretty crazy. It's pretty much just a rebadged BMW being sold for 38 times sticker for a charity auction. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I watched it. I was like in disbelief. I was like, as soon as I seen it happen, I was like, I've got to make a video about this just to kind of discuss my thoughts on it. But I don't know. I'd love to see some of your guys' opinions on it. I just don't. It just still baffles my mind. Literally there's a million other things I would have bought than the new Supra for 2.1 million. And I mean, I did, regarding the new Supra and the launch edition Supra, I believe they're only coming out in 3 colors. It's like black, red, and silver. With only, they come with all options. There are no, you get it with, it's the top of the line optioned car. They're making 1,499 of them, minus the one that sold at auction. And I mean, it's baffling, but I mean, I'm trying to get an allocation for one so that I can be one of the 1,499 that have one, and see what it's about. See if I enjoy the car. See if I enjoy that new inline 6 from BMW, and if not, I'll swap it out, do a T56 swap with a 2JZ, and have a manual newer Supra and just make it the way I want it. There's a lot of ways that there's a lot of pictures and things that I Photoshop see that make it look really good. And other than that, I mean, it's just crazy. I thought I would just throw that out there. I really believe that the only reason this car sold for that much is, once again, the tax deduction. It baffles my mind that you could buy a Bugatti Veyron for the price of this first Supra coming out. I know a lot of people are anticipating it. The Supra name itself brings lots of advertisement and interest and publicity, and brings a lot of the older people that love Supras back into the game. And it's just such a crazy event. Like, I keep thinking to myself, what happens if they bring up all this hype for this car? Or what happens if they bring all the hype, they put the Supra name on it, they make it their flagship car, and it's a flop? The engines have issues, they leak, they don't take mods well. The automatic, if it's like the C7 Corvette with the automatic, is just a horrible ordeal where they're dropping like flies. They have this issue where they don't dissipate moisture in the fluid, and it ruins the torque converters and things. But that's a different issue, different subject. I was just throwing my thoughts out there. I don't know, it was insane. I watched it go through. God, $2.1 million. I want y'all to think about that. I could live on $1 million for the rest of my life happily. I mean, most people, if you make 50 grand a year, that's 20 years for $1 million. So just let that sink in. That's 38 times the MSRP for an actual Supra. Keep that in mind. Like, subscribe, comment below, and tell me what you guys think about that. Take it easy. Have a good one.